Alright, so today we're here with the 1928 Model A Roadster. This one is a real race car. It's a race car, the VDCA has a logbook for that. Really nice car. Underneath it's beautiful. It's one of the nicer Model A's that I've seen here. Let me try and get my other phone out for a flashlight, but real nice underneath there. You know, like a pretty well restored car. Underneath though, the floors are beautiful. Everything underneath is really nice. I wonder if it's better if I don't use a flashlight. Some of it. Let me get over there. So yeah, you can definitely see it's nice underneath there. The floors are really nice. It must have been a real original car to begin with, because it looks pretty well original underneath as far as how they do them, with the floors painted a different color and not undercoated everywhere, and the frame doesn't seem like it's been painted on a whole bunch. So it does leak a little coolant and oil. The coolant, I'll show you where it comes from. The engine's been completely rebuilt, but it has that aftermarket aluminum head, and the head gasket doesn't fit exactly right. The good news is the coolant does not get into the oil. It's just an external seep. And you can definitely tell that with the oil because there's no slush or anything to it. But really nice inside there. This is from sitting about, I don't know, what, 4 weeks, a month, and not being moved or anything. But real nice underneath there. External oil filter setup, which is definitely needed in a race car, as I found out recently. And I'll do this inside here and check it out. A nice car. A lot of people know this car that do pre-war racing. It's pretty fast. Know the mechanic that worked on it. You're welcome to talk to him. There's a VW engine on the floor here. Alright. And rear differential. Yeah, all safety wired. Got to be safety compliant. Pass the safety tech inspection. All the fuel comes from the rear tank now. The front tank does have rust in it. It's there. Somebody's tried to coat it, it looks like. I do not recommend hooking it back up unless you take it all apart and redo the front gas tank. But it does have a really neat fuel system set up in it, where it's all controlled by the switches here. It has gauges for each tank and fuel pressure switch or gauge as well. But you toggle between the front and the rear tank here. That's all been disconnected now as far as the toggle, because I don't want anybody switching it to the front and clogging up all the fuel lines. And it has an inline filter and also an external Raycor style filter down there. You see that? Aircraft style fuel lines. Really, really nice build on this car. It's got the twin fans on the radiator. Stays cool. Alternator set up. It is 12 volt. And it has the electronic ignition underneath the seat there. Let me grab my glasses before they end up on the side of the road in a minute. Well, we'll do a cold start. I don't know when it was last started. Hopefully recently. You can tell it's a more original paint. It's got a little checking and cracking over there. It's patina. Top isn't the best. in the racing pictures, there's one big one I have with, it goes with the other race car that I have. It doesn't have the top on it. You take the windshield off, you take the side mounts off, and then you cover up the headlights, and then what else? That's pretty much it. You just strip it down for racing. So, pretty cool. It's definitely one of the cooler Model A's I've had, and I've had a lot of them. Alright, has a battery, at least a little bit of it. Hopefully it has a lot of it. So we pull the choke, turn the switch on, and it still has the starter button down on the floor. I'm going to pump it 2-3 times. Oh, you know what? There's a fuel pump switch. Oh yeah. You can hear that. There we go. So now that we're getting fuel pressure, you actually can hear the change. Give it a couple squirts. Now I'm going to try it. And wish me luck. If I can find the button. Hey, success. Just like that. I'm going to set the parking brake so it doesn't roll over and kill me or somebody. So this is nice. Here, I'm just going to let it idle down a little bit. And it's still out a little bit. It's ice cold, so. But we got really good oil pressure, especially for Model A. Turn signals, things like that. That's your fan on the front. So let's take it outside. This is actually turning into a longer video, but that's okay. I was planning to do 2 short ones, but a long one's fine with me. Got a really neat setup here. Let's open up this side for posterity measures. Oh yeah, I love that carburetor setup, don't you? I love those racing stickers. Fall Finale. Robley Raceway. Hutchinson Island. It's pretty nice. So you can take this car and race it again. I'm highly confident. I don't know how to operate this. There we go. Pretty neat, especially for a Model A. There's nothing like this on the internet or anywhere else. So let's take it out. We're just going to go down the street just a little bit. Someone real aggressive was sitting in the seat, obviously, and tore it some more. I like the tear personally, it gives it character. Anybody can fix a seat though. I just have it re-sewn, but I don't want to do it. I found it like this. Let's see here. I think I'm rolling over anything, but let's just get out and check. Better safe than sorry. Not smoking, that's a good sign. Even with the choke on. Well, not rolling over anything. Always a good triple check. paper cone, triple checking. Yeah, I mean, the bows of the top are nice. You could always put some new fabric on here. Yeah, meter works. Hopefully the tires are nicely inflated. I kicked them. We're gonna go out on our closed circuit here. Got really long gears in this. This has a 1939 model transmission, 3-speed. Synchronized, the 2 upper speeds are synchronized, I believe. First is not. That's second gear. And we're going 30, 25 miles an hour. Oh yeah, the choke's still out a little bit, but still ice cold. I'm not trying to act a fool with it. But yeah, with the choke in, it's smoothing out real nice. But yeah, that's third gear at 32 miles an hour. This thing's made to run about 100 miles an hour or more. That's what it's, the engine is advertised as in the factory advertisements from the 40s and the 30s. Riley Racing. That's who made them originally, that overhead valve setup. And that was with a 39 or newer transmission. So this is supposed to be I'm not going to take it 100 miles an hour. You are more than welcome to after you buy it on a closed circuit. After you get your own guy to fully inspect it and make sure it's race ready again. Because I have not made sure it's race ready with any governing association other than my mechanic who's checked it out and said, yeah, it's good. I've driven it, it's good. Maybe do a little brake adjustment, tighten them up, but apparently that's how the 1928s are, because they have steel hats on the drums. So we're going to go out here on our closed circuit. As I grind the third gear again for the second time. Apologize about that. But it's still ice cold, so I'm not going to be acting a fool. But I'm in third gear. I'm cruising along. I'm having a blast. Yep, top is secure, so let's just make sure the top stays secure. It has a Ford truck, a newer truck steering gearbox too, so that tightens up your steering ratio. But yeah, your brakes are they're there, but you gotta plan ahead. Let's just say you gotta plan ahead. But I'm not hitting the brakes all the way to the floor or anything. That's getting on them pretty good. That's not to the floor yet, but you gotta want to plan ahead. Just remember it's a 28 model and have your considerations. But everything's up to snuff here. Go around here one more time and not grind the gear. Third time's a charm, right? Third time. But yeah, beautiful running car. You can definitely see how this car could be raced around if you're so inclined. I thought about it myself. I got a racing license and all that, and I've had some changes in my life, so we're gonna double flush it. Trying to do this one hand, and I haven't driven this car lately. But yeah, that's going to rev that engine. And supposedly this engine will rev 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. I'm not going to try that. I think that was about 3, which is more than enough for a Model A when it's cold. But this one does have the overhead valve cam, and you can tell it really it was starting to actually sing a little bit. So I don't know if I want to try that. I'll try it again maybe, but it's still ice cold. I mean, it's 150 coolant temperature, so that means the oil is, and it's thick oil too, so it's not going to be, but this thing's got some power. And we're going to, yeah, the brakes are just a little bit, drum brakes. Oh yeah, this thing wants to go. He wants to boogie. And, you definitely don't get that sound out of a normal Model A. In my estimates alone, if I had to recreate this, just the engine in this car alone, 10, 15 grand. I mean, if you can find the parts. Because you gotta have a really good block, have it properly machined, do all the bearings, get it all right, and you gotta have the head and all that stuff. And then you gotta have the transmission and have a nice transmission. Oh man, this car is exciting. But let's head on back here and check it out. It's still not even hot. Yeah, this car does come with, what, 4 spare wheels and tires, I believe. I'm not sure. There's a couple things I got with the other race car, so I got to separate them. All right. A good oil pressure, nice coolant temperature, especially for running it around a little bit. That's what that car needs. It needs to run just a little bit. Not smoking. This is a good car. I like this thing. I don't know why I'm selling this thing, to be honest. It's really kind of, I think I'm going to regret selling this car. I mean, look inside here. It's even got the weights that are correct. It's clean. They must have started with a really original car, if they did even restore this car. I don't know if they did paint this car or anything. Check the lights. Oh-ho! I do have a headlight out. That's all the way on. That's one on. Let's see. Hard to do in the sun. There we go. That's one on. So we have low beams. We have a high beam out. Got tail lights. Got a tag light. If you turn it the other way, got their parking lights. I don't know if those are supposed to be on, the parking lights or not. Maybe it's just the tail lights. I think that's just the tail lights. I could be mistaken. But that's on. Got a high beam out. Yep. Well, I'm glad I'm checking it now. I'll get that fixed. Simple stuff. The cover does not go with this car. That's for the race car. The other race car that's not done yet. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate you.